Happy morning, dear friends. Here's yours, Dr. Rajanta. Welcome to Demystify with Ajay. Today we are going to discuss on a numerical Python, shortly specified as Numpy. And this is one of the most important library used in Python. Numpy library is an important foundational tool for learning data science and machine learning. Many of its functions are very useful for performing any mathematical and scientific calculation. As it known that mathematics is the foundation of machine learning, most of the mathematic tasks can be performed using NumPy. You can do numerical calculation using pure Python. In the beginning, you might think Python is fast, but once your data gets larger, you will see a start to notice slowdowns. One of the main reasons you use NumPy is because of its fastness. Behind the scene, the code has been optimized to run using C, which is another programming language which can do things much faster than Python. The benefit of this being behind the scene is you don't need to know any C to take advantage of it. You can write your numerical computation in Python by using NumPy and get the added speed benefits. If you're curious as to what causes this speed benefit, it's a process called vectorization. And vectorization aims to do calculation by avoiding loops, as loops can create potential bottlenecks. And dear friends, this NumPy achieves vectorization through a process called broadcasting. And of course, dear friends, we are just going to discuss about the broadcasting in coming sessions also. Let me just start it with NumPy. And to be true, dear friends, if you are not having the NumPy or do you want to install it manually, kindly just have a note of it. Kindly make use of pip install NumPy. And I'm just having that installation of NumPy. Let me just get start using NumPy. And the first step is to import it. The most common way and the method you used to is to support or to import NumPy as the abbreviation NP. So here it is. So let me just import NumPy as NP. So let I just import here. And going towards the data types and attributes. Dear friends, important to remember the main type of NumPy is an array. Even seemingly different kinds of array are still used in arrays. And this means an operation you do on one array will work on another too. Okay, let me just start by using the arrays. Okay, so let me just go towards the one-dimensional array. And which is also referred as vectors. And see here, dear friends, let me just create a vector here. So A1 is a vector, the variable we are assigning it towards an array, and here I'm just going to give it in a list as 1, 2, 3, and kindly just have a note of it. Let I execute this. And towards to the functionality, the attributes. So what we are all just going to see is about the shape and about it dimension by using ndim, and next towards its data type by using d type. And let me just know about the size also, and last but not least its type. Okay, so let me just see all these things in this A1. So kindly have a note of it. This is A1 and I just want to know what is the shape Okay, so let me just have it. So it is all about the shape, which it just has three elements in a single row. And if we just want to know what is A1 dot N dim towards the dimensional, kindly see, yeah, it is a single dimensional array. And towards the data type, yeah, it just contains everything as the integer. Sorry, it's an A1. So yeah, see here it just has a1 as integer, and towards its size it just holds only the three elements. So we will just get the three, and last but not least the type of a1. And towards your surprising, here it just comes, it is nd array, and it is a numpy. Okay, let me just move on to the second one. It is a two-dimensional array which is referred to as matrix. And here let me just give it a variable name a2, and here it is just going to have as a matrix. Yeah, we are just going to provide it as like a row and a column. So here let me just initialize an array, and yeah, kindly just to see, we are just going to give two elements which is are on the list. So kindly have a note of it, 1 comma 2 comma 3 as one of the element in first list, and let me just have 4 comma 5 comma 6 as the second element of the a2. And yeah, sorry, here I have just mentioned. Okay, kindly just have a note of it. So A2 is an array, that is a two-dimensional array we have already created. So let me just view its attributes. So here about its shape, obviously it's just going to give us the 2 comma 3, which is a two-dimensional array, and towards A2 dot ndim for its dimension, A2 dot data type, and a2 dot size, last but not least type of a2. And here it is, just see here dear friends, so here it just specified the shape as 2 comma 3, which is just have two rows, and each two rows it just has an element of three columns. So here it just specified 2 into 3, and here obviously it is a two-dimensional, and yeah, we are having every element as in an integer, and obviously we are having totally 6 elements. And kindly dear friends, let me just make a small overwriting onto this matrix, and kindly observe here I'm just going to change the 2 towards us like a 2.4, and here let me just convert this 6 towards 6.7, and let I execute it, and now kindly observe it. So see here, once for all we are changing it towards the float, and our data type here it is converted towards float. Okay, now let me just move on to the next one, which we just say it as a three-dimensional, and yeah, obviously it is also referred as a matrix only, but here it just has a multi-dimension. And let me just keep the variable as an a3, and here we are just going to assign it as an array, and kindly just have a note of it. So here how I am just going to give is 1 comma 2 comma 3, and next one it's 4 comma 5 comma 6. Kindly observe dear friends how I am just providing the values 7 comma 8 and 9. And now here what I'm just going to give is comma, and here 10 11 12, 13 14 15, and last one it is 16, 17 and 18. So hope I think you are able to know what I'm just doing here. Let I just check if I have missed anything. Yeah, obviously I have just missed an yeah, I have just missed an parenthesis here, which I have to make it as another column. Yeah. So here it is. So kindly just have a note of it. So now I'm just executing it. Yeah. To for your surprise here, how the exact matrix has been given is. So let I just give you, first of all, let I print this. So see here, we are having, first of all, two rows. This is one single row and this is my second row. And in this each row, we are having 3 into 3 matrix. Okay, so this is 3 into 3 matrix and another 3 into 3 matrix, which it just specify that it is a multi-dimensional. And kindly observe, dear friends, now if we just make use of this array for the shape, and yeah, anyhow, let I just give the other attributes also for a2 dot n dimensional and a2 dot, and let me just go for, sorry, it is a3 dot size, and let I just give the other a3. Okay, now let me just see here. So it is 2 into 3 into 3. Okay, yeah, obviously it is a 3-dimensional. And when just coming to the size, see here we are having totally 18 elements in this in this matrix, in this multi-dimensional matrix. And here obviously we are just having 3-dimensional. Okay, so here it is 2 rows with 3 each of 3 elements. And kindly here, dear friends, we are just to have an summarizing of the data types which we have just seen here. So kindly have a note of it. Obviously, whenever you just make use of the mathematical foundation under Numpy, the first one most is a scalar. Actually, the scalar is just a single number. In contrast, the most of the other object like vector, which are usually arrays of multiple numbers. So we write scalar in italic, which we usually give scalar as lowercase variable names. And kindly just have a note of it. When we introduce them, we specify what kind of number they are. So this is scalar. It is exactly a single number, single digit or single element. Okay, and when coming to the vectors, and vector is an array of a number and the number that are arranged in order. We can identify each individual number by its index in that ordering. And typically we give vectors lowercase numbers rightly in bold stress, such as here we just specify as like A or B or like that. And the elements of the vectors are identified by writing its name, and which that subscripts as like, which we just say the dimensional. And see here, dear friends, whenever we also need to say that the kind of number which are stored in the vector, if each element which we just specify, which we need to be explicitly identify the element of a vector, we write them as like a column enclosed in a square bracket. And next one, it is all about the matrix. And see here, dear friends, a matrix is a 2-dimensional array of a number. So each element is identified by 2 indices. Instead of just one, we are just going to give it as a 2 indices, and where each is just going to have a separated with a comma, that is row, comma, column. And yeah, if you are having a multiple dimensional of matrix, yeah, here as we have just seen in our example, here it is the example for a multi-dimensional. And dear friends, in coming fourth sessions, we are just going to create an array, and how we are just going to do manipulations. All the things are there. Kindly subscribe the channel and never miss any updates. Thank you.